All right, I've returned from getting milk. Wow, how's it going, everybody? How's it going? It's been a couple of days. How you nerds doing? How you doing, Lada, on the YouTube side and on the Twitch side? Let me say hello to all the fine nerds. How you doing, Matthew? How you doing, Horror Loving? Congratulations on your first. Also, Noise. How you doing? Yes, metal boxes. How you doing? How you doing? Hackies Exo? I'm sorry, my name differences are gonna fuck my brain up forever. How you doing, Turtles Ages? How you doing, Moss? How you doing, Zetai? How you doing, Nobody? How you doing, Shark Ray? How you doing, Chris? How you doing, Baconator? How you doing, Matthew? Again, supremely nice. And I think I'm caught up. Yeah, how you nerds doing? How you nerds doing? I got a pretty good. Actually, what's really interesting is, you know how I usually am like, well, I meant to do a lot more during my break, but I didn't. I actually did this time. I actually totally did. I just realized I left a number on the little spike, but yeah, we got. I was working on some metal ball. Oh god, he's so sharp. I was working on some metal boxes when I was doing some Thanksgiving stuff, which I don't have a full spread, but I can show you the turkey I did. I think I got turkey pics. Oh yeah, no, I'll grab that. I'll grab that turkey pic off of Twitter because it'll be slightly smaller. There we go. Yeah, all these are sprues that I have sharpened into spikes. How you doing, Chocolate? How you doing? So yeah, so all these are relatively pokey. They're relatively pokey, but yeah, let me show you my turkey. Oh god, gigantic. There we go. So I did basically, this is gonna sound really weird. This is probably the worst Thanksgiving I've cooked in a while, but it was all done really last minute, so I'm actually pretty happy for the result. I only was able to get 2 smaller turkeys. The black and stuff are just like some spices. All I had to do was just scrape those off, and they were, honestly, the meat was fucking delicious. Spatchcock, chef's kiss. Well, on the right, I was not paying attention. I spatchcocked the wrong side, so that's why he looks a little goofy. But taste-wise, it was pretty legit. How you doing, peasants? How you doing? Welcome. Yeah, oh god, I have not painted a whole lot during this break, but I did work on my, I'll say you doing, Zekro, how you doing? I did work on my samurai guy, and I also worked on, what did I work on? Which I was able to take my sniper priest. My sniper priest I was able to actually take to the shop today, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, you know, you gotta take some break days sometimes. Sometimes you gotta do that. It's not a big deal. Like, worst case, I could always do. I know there's like a gallery feature that I've seen some, like the In Rust We Trust Discord uses that gallery feature. If everybody wants to have their own little section, that's a thing we could do. That seems to be like the bigger a mini painting server gets, the more that sort of trends to that style. Oh yeah, if you're doing, especially commission painting, yeah, I could see being beat. Okay, I gotta get the. How you doing, Burrito? Yeah, listen, I can take some breaks. It was good. I actually got my magic collection. It's actually, I think those galleries are pretty easy to set up. I'll have to check into that later. It's something I've been considering anyway, so I will see how that looks. Oh god, why does this not want to unclog? But yes, how you doing, Burrito? There we go. Stick a. I think this should unclog it. There we go. But yeah, weekend was pretty good. I don't know, this paint is just entirely clogged up. I was super excited to use this paint. Not that it's new, it's old, but I like it. Okay, I'm gonna fiddle with it a little bit more. How deeply can I sound this fucking paint? How down the shaft do I need to get to unclog this? I don't understand. I go like. Okay, there we go. This works. Yeah, Sunlu, okay. I think this is basically dried up. Fuck. Okay, never mind then. I was like, oh, clearly it's just the paint, but I think just the entire thing's dried. Well, I can pivot if I need to. Yep. All right. This paint is fucking cooked. Rest in peace, tundra color. And if I was just gonna use it as a base for some skin anyway, so I can make it work. Oh yeah, the Nurgle ads were legit. Those Nurgle ads look really, really legit. I'm biased anyway because I think Nurgle is the nicest shit ever. There we go. Well, the original color I was gonna. Oh, is this one also fucking? Oh my god! All my the thing is, my painting hasn't even changed. I'm still painting at basically the same rate, but I'm dealing with some cloggage. But yeah. Oh, I also figured out what's wrong with my 3D printer. Like 100% the screen needs. I was like, apparently the screen replacement for a newer 3D printer is such an involved task. You know what? I'm doing this all out of order. Let me day by day let you nerds know what I was up to. So, Wednesday, movie night was fun. The Return of the King is kind of a whatever movie. I was kind of hoping it would be better, weirdly enough. It was very pretty and it had some neat ideas, but it was also just a lot of strange song choices overall. But yeah, I got my car stuff taken care of. Hopefully my car's done with bullshit for a while. This wasn't like that big of a deal compared to the last time. I needed some spark plugs and some oil changes and stuff like that. So that happened to hit like right during Black Friday, which sucked. So I wasn't able to go. I wasn't going to go too far, like wild anyway. So that bit wasn't the worst. Also, I'm painting. I basically used some sprue goo and some. What did I use? It was the baking soda trick to make these spikes like really, really sturdy. So that's why I'm painting some flesh. That was easily the best part about the movie. Like if you're like, should I watch Return of the King? Arguably you could just look up Where There's a Whip, There's a Way on YouTube, and I don't think your experience would be significantly worse. I don't think the experience would be significantly worse if you just skip to that song. It's a great song, but I don't know if it's like the payoff to the movie. Like there are some songs like what's it called? I have not watched Cats, but from what I understand, a lot of people are like, I despise these fucking Cats, but Memories is a good song. Like it's not one of those ones where you're like, yeah, I'll sit through this for Where There's a Whip. But yeah, so that was Wednesday. Thursday was big cooking. I got me the full Thanksgiving meal, which was pretty legit. I'm still eating turkey. I will not stop eating turkey anytime soon. I am so filled with goddamn turkey. It is legit. Yeah, the Goblin, which it's Where There's a Whip, or you think of a different Goblin song? Oh, Down in the Goblin Town. I got you. And then Friday was doing some shopping. I got me some new shoes, despite the fact that I rarely wear shoes. You know, I can't be walking around for free out in public. So I got me some new kicks. And yesterday I basically spent all of that like cleaning out my workshop, guys. You know how there's that kind of like, oh fuck, we got ad break. I'll wait till the ad break's done, and I'll talk more about that. 13 bases. Ooh, let's go. Yeah, there's a. Let's see. I'll wait till the ad break before I can go for that. Oh god, yeah, no, same. The let's see. Can you get this? This is probably gonna need another code. This is not gonna be like the end result of the flesh coating anyway, so if it's a little whatever, that's fine. Just there-ish. All right, we're back. Yippee. Yeah, I basically got these change demons, like the warp miniatures Zinch demons, more or less, and I got the blooded kit for what's it called? No, so basically they did the Daka store did a totally not like Trader Guard kit, which is just gonna be which is basically got like the full kill team loadout. So I stocked up on that because I needed that. Yeah, this is a Death Guard Rhino. This is a regular Rhino that I like converted to have a Death Guard lead guy, and I also put some spikes on it because chaos, for chaos reasons. But yeah, on Saturday it was just like I realized that I boxed myself into my workshop, and it was like, oh. My mood gets externalized in my environment, but by changing my environment, I can you know, maybe I shouldn't live in damn bitch you live like this, but also have some have some room to like walk around and stuff. So I did that, and then today was just playing Trench Crusade. How you doing, Ray? How you doing? Yeah, I really like Purple Death Guard. I ended up stumbling into it because some of my other guys are I was originally doing Nurgle stuff for Age of Sigmar, where I was using some of the Chaos Warrior bases that would have like yellow flesh and purple cloaks, and that just kind of naturally evolved into going full, like fleshy, like purple armor, and then bringing the flesh over. I also use some sprue goo to like fix some gaps. This is like, I buy a lot of my models used, so they'll have like weird, like little build defects and whatnot. So I kind of base a lot of my stuff around that. So like there's some like little scuff bits on the yellow. So I'm just trying to fill those in best I can. I get like, what color yellow was I using? I had to throw away the other one. Oh, I just had you up, buddy. There we go. I said over here. I said over here. Oh yeah, the twin goddess minis. Like if you want like a cute, like curvy goblin, they're really good for that. And there's a while I was actively like following them and like getting a lot of their like monthly stuff. But I was like, you know what? I don't really paint anything that's like cute. Unless it's like accidental cute, kind of like what's it called? Like Beast and Nurgle and stuff like that. They're by definition kind of cute, but they're cute in like a disgusting horrid way. So it'd be like that. Oh god, best of luck. Yeah, my FEP got a hole in it too, and that's led to a whole thing. So I hopefully your stuff gets together. Oh, that's true. The garlic lads are very cute. You're not wrong on that. You're not wrong on that. Yeah, it's yeah. On one hand, I'm assuming you're right. Like I'm not giving you too much shit about. You're like, oh, it's such a shame that in my homebrew setting there's all these thick goblin women. Oh, it's tragic. I have to get all these minis for them. Like that might be a legitimate concern, but it's still very funny. How you doing, Chieftain? How you doing? I'm back from the vacation mines, and it was good. It was good to like work on some stuff and clean up some stuff and just kind of get my brain together. It was legit. It was very nice. But yeah, people, I guess the garlic lads are traditionally cute. People do like them. I was using them as tokens today. There's a Trench Crusade scenario where you basically drop a bunch of like machine gun encampments and other stuff. And we didn't have any just like machine gun tokens or anything. So we're like, oh, well, let's just use the garlic lads. It'll be fine. And people kept walking by. They're like, these are adorable. Why are there like little garlics on the table? I was like, this one's a machine gun. We just don't have a token for it. It's fine. Yeah. I definitely couldn't be blaming you for that, you know? Just for luck. I'm not saying you're going full magical realm. I'm not, I do not accuse magical realms unless like I see it firsthand. But it is very funny though. It is very funny. I do want to do some garlic lads with weapons though. There's a second root. They're like, I basically have 2 of the 3 main rootling cults in Turnip. And the third one gives them guns, which I actually don't have yet, but I want to put them together one of these days. I've applied to. You sound like you're getting like a PhD in it. Yeah, like I have a PhD in saucy goblins with a minor in, I don't know, feet or whatever. How you doing, Buckrin? How you doing? Welcome. I'm currently working on this and talking about some of the Black Friday sales. But yeah, I haven't gotten a Twin Goddess mini in a while. I think I started to work on a couple, and I realized that by a weird thing, I pretty much I almost kind of pigeonholed myself into an art style, but I also kind of like this art style a lot. So I'm like, I'm okay if like there's certain types of things I just don't end up painting very well, because you know I got my special whatnot, and I do like my specialty. Those have been fun too. I've been listening to this podcast called Hive Scum, which I think you guys recommended to me a couple times. Somebody did anyway. If you recommended me Hive Scum, let me know, because I've been really enjoying that. I've really been enjoying Hive Scum because it's just a bunch of dudes who are in their 30s talking about their weird esoteric mini hobbies. I'm like, that's me. I'm the demographic for that. Yippee. But they're also talking about doing stuff like wargaming zines and whatnot. I have not. No, I still got my 3D printer back up and running. I was going to on Saturday night when I had time for it. or when I thought I had time, because I was like, oh, this is just gonna be like a quick change. It's like, oh yeah, no, undo like 8 million screws, and like I need to clear off some space. I was like, I'm gonna do this next Saturday. This will be a next Saturday thing. We'll go from there. We'll go from there. Oh shit, that's I need an iron spoon. That is not a bad deal for 180. That is not a bad deal for 180. I have to say overall though, Black Friday sales really aren't Black Friday sales anymore. Which I was talking about previously. I technically don't mind that as much because people did used just to get like, yeah, you're gonna get fucking trampled for Black Friday. But now it's just like, it's 10% off here. It's like, well, okay. Alrighty. It was kind of nice because I use it as an excuse to check out. We have like, yeah, it's also a whole week too, yeah. But it's kind of weird. So but there's like a couple of like other, like I went to the historical game store. There's also a game store near me that does like entirely card stuff. And I was like, I'll check that out. I'll check that out. And there was nothing particularly wild in there either, which is funny. So I was like, well, I feel bummed because I had to spend what would have been like, I wouldn't have gone too hard in the paint, but like, you know, maybe a little bit of extra Black Friday spending was spent on car stuff. But it's like, well, no, actually, I'm not really missing out that much. The deals aren't significantly worse, and it's totally fine. It's not that big of a deal, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, but yeah, like I said, overall, I'm glad people don't get like fucking physically hurt for Black Friday, even if the deals are kind of whatever. But yeah, I might print the Hive Scum guy. I basically like need to get that printer up and running. I was really hoping to, but I basically did like everything else I needed to do. I needed to what's it called? Like I was actually able to clean up my magic cards enough that I could build a deck. I just managed just to like clutter myself out of deck building, which is very, very funny. But I have built a Toph deck, the red green Gruul lessons one, because what's really annoying is that a lot of cards that I think are really cool that are Earthbenders are either in there's like a tea set limited box thing, and that sold out immediately. And then there's also in those Jumpstart boosters, and those are very hard to get specific cards in, so those are like $1 million. Yeah, I never went to the 1 a.m. ones, but I was dragged to a couple of those like similar-ish ones with my sister ages ago. Like I've mentioned this before, but back then women would throw down in the Victoria's Secret for just like not even anything buck wild really, just kind of like very basic like stuff. How you doing, Charlie? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for the Bezos bucks, and hopefully your turkey and various other toppings are digesting. I feel like I've been gone for only a couple days, and I've lost my ability to talk entirely. It's nice to know that just like interaction is a perishable skill, which is funny. I did go and just hang out at a store all day. Maybe that. I know brawls are like expensive. I am well aware that like brawls are like, I don't know if worth fighting for is the right word, but I can understand that. It was for other things though that people are throwing down. Hey, let's go. That's one of the good cards from I got the rarest card from the set already, which is that Badger Mole Cub. So that was actually kind of cool. I can use that one for a bit and stuff like that. Yeah, no, utility companies aren't doing shit for Black Friday. It's, yeah. If anything, it's worse because it's now finally starting to get cold, and when it gets cold where I'm at, it gets expensive. Because my house has zero, like, weatherproofing. I've weatherproofed as much as I can, but basically once winter hits, all the heaters are working full blast. But yeah, it's kind of weird because, like, and I don't blame them or anything, but Wizards of the Coast has pretty much, like, I was not aware that Avatar had that much goodwill amongst the general populace that random nerds would be just like, oh shit, Avatar, I gotta go out and play Magic the Gathering. Like, Avatar was a good series. I liked it. I enjoyed Avatar. I will totally take all the Bezos bucks. Thank you, Top Hat. Thank you. But it's like I'm seeing like dedicated like advertising campaigns and stuff like on like YouTube now, which I never would see that for basically any other set, which was like, I don't even think I saw that for like the Lord of the Rings sets or some of the, or even the Final Fantasy sets, really. I don't know why they're going so hard on Avatar, but sure, okay. I guess that is kind of generational in a way, yeah. Let's see, you haven't played in like 2 months. That's also fair, yeah. That's also fair. Oh yeah, yeah, I feel like going back to the guild is gonna be interesting for sure. I don't think it's gonna be like the worst thing, but like I'm definitely gonna be like, oh, what am I doing? Huh. Imposter syndrome time. How much more do I want to go around the flesh? No, I think I know. I'll wait a bit. Cabbage guy. Oh yeah, I need like some of the cabbage guy cards. Oh, nice. Let's go. Yeah, I kind of like it's. I do wish that there was a higher resolution scan of Avatar. Not that I like, you know, I'm like a stickler for that. It is really funny though, because some of the Avatar cards straight up, they were like, okay, we're going to use art. We're just going to use like a scene from the show. And they've done that a couple times for like various things. And you're like, oh, that's kind of fun. And then you realize, oh, fuck, I need to put some flesh on this guy in there as well. I'm not done with the flesh yet. You see them like actually just like take a legitimate direct screenshot of the show and put that onto a card, and you're like, you couldn't have like touched that up at all or anything. It is blurry as fuck. When was the last time I watched all of Avatar proper? I believe in college. That was the first time. Yeah, the reprint subset. There were some strange choices for that too. Wizards of the Coast has been being weird. God, it was really funny. So they were. And an emphasis on word, doing a Monster Hunter secret lair, which makes a lot of sense. Like you know a lot of people that were like a lot of things whenever they do these crossover sets, they're like, I hate crossover sets, but if they did my crossover set, I would love this. And for a lot of people that I love this and I would make an exception was Monster Hunter. But they actually did such a bad job, and people gave them so much shit that they actually pulled it back a couple months. Because what happened is, like, for those reprint sets, because those are made to, like, not made to order, they're limited quantities and whatever, like, you pay $30 and Wizards sends you like 5 cards. So people expect to get like roughly $30 worth of cards, and or like get some cool cards, or get some like new cards with like new. I don't like it when they add new effects to those, but whatever, some people do. They like straight up like misspelled the Kokoto village from the first game. They misspelled that. They had no equipment in a Monster Hunter set. They just straight up pulled that, which was very. Oh god, if you guys want the best example of that, of the cheap, like, I kind of get what they're going for. They did the same thing with the Final Fantasy set where they did renders. Where they did what's it called? They did oh, it was Cruel Tutor. There we go. Okay, this one reads like a shitpost, and I don't know if they meant it this way or not. Like, I can kind of see the appeal if you touch it up, but like, this is what Cruel Tutor looks like. This is what I'm talking about, where it looks like a joke. This looks like a bit. Yeah, Soul Ring was bad. Like, they had the dual blade like representative be a Stax card, which is a strange choice. It legitimately, yeah, if you put that on like a custom card like thread somewhere, and be like, how do you feel about my card? They'd be like, you are not even trying, my guy. Get the fuck out of here. That's a real card you can buy in 2025. It is real. Like up in that shit. I used a lot of flesh paste to kind of carry some of this. I was debating doing, because I used some of the flesh paste on his neck, but I actually don't think it's necessary right now. But yeah, it does look like a mock-up. How much is this? Like, if you were to buy this, it is. So it's really funny. So currently this version's $8, and every other version of this card is straight up like $35, $40. It's a good card. How you doing, Kaido? How you doing? Thank you. Oh yeah, no, that card's in the new Avatar set. Yeah, this got me a very pokey metal boxes. Because it was just I'm doing pretty good. I took a break during Thanksgiving and now I'm back, baby. Yeah, let's get some of the metal on there because I'm gonna have to probably touch that up anyway. But yeah, it was weird. I was just like, out of all the minis in my house, I got so many minis, right? You know, you guys know that. We all know I have a bajillion minis. But I was like, what the fuck do I want to do? And I was just like watching, like waiting for all the Thanksgiving food to cook because I cook my own Thanksgiving meals because I want to stay sharp. I was just cooking all my shit and just like I was like, oh well, I could just glue on a couple spikes while I'm waiting, or like, you know. I can do a little bit of flesh paste. I can do a little bit of like, and it just kind of came together. It was just like a very relaxing project overall. It's weird to think that like the Chaos Rhino is relaxing, but legitimately it was, yeah. Why the fuck are people buying magic cards legitimately sunk cost? I have a group of people that I play with. They're like really good friends of mine, and they're all great individuals. And if we could switch to war games, I would do so in a second, but that is just not on the table for them. So I will continue. I will continue to play Magic. And the thing is, the game is also fun as well. Yeah, no, I am on all the tabletop crack. I live in a cardboard box that I stream out of. Surprisingly good internet and yield cardboard box. I don't know how I'm working that, but sure. Yeah, that's true. Oh, the funny thing is, this is actually not even a Chaos Rhino. This was a Imperial Rhino. My shop will just sometimes get, like, I think I got this guy for like 20 bucks. Like, sometimes rhinos will just show up. And I'm not always buying rhinos there. But like, at this point, I think I have 5 regular rhinos and a Deimos Rhino. So I'm going to use, I'm going to use a couple of those rhinos for my word bearers, a couple of them for like, Death Guard, and then maybe some other stuff. How you doing, Ayosh? How you doing? Welcome. Yeah. My box has great internet. It's really weird. I'm legitimately surprised my box's internet's so good. How you doing? I'm painting metal boxes as one does. We should really do Dawn of War. It's really one of these days though. It's funny. I'm debating. Oh no, my group plays with like. We do really light proxies for like stuff for like usually like lands really more than anything. Also, oh shit! Nice. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah. Oh, what a good day to get a noise. How you doing? Oh, I didn't get that little side spike at all. That's fine. How you doing? I'm adding rust. I'm adding metal to this guy. I was actually able to find a place near me that sold Dirty Down Rust in person. So I actually got some Dirty Down I might use tonight. I'm thinking I might need to leave it on last because I know that shit reactivates with like water and I don't want to do some enamels and stuff first, but very cool though. I've been wanting to try the Dirty Down Rust effects for fucking forever. So this is gonna be neat. There we go. There. Yeah, you finally done it. Hell yeah, let's go. It's always a good occasion when someone gets themselves a noise. I'm doing good. I also got back from the shop and from playing Trench Crusade, which was a lot of fun. I got to play New Antioch for the first time, which was neat. Though I'm playing Papal States, so my version of New Antioch is very not the standard, but it was still very fun. I still enjoyed myself quite a bit. Yeah, no. My box has terrible ventilation. I'm dying, Scoob. How you doing, Oni? How you doing? Welcome. Yeah, God save. Wait, Kairu. Wait, really? See, so maybe I'm just gonna explain what it's like getting in the U.S. because it's also really hard to get in the U.S. Specifically, what's it called? Specifically, I think it's like $10 over there where you're at, right? Because for us, it's typically by the time shipping gets involved, it's like $20. So I I guess I'm not surprised it might be hard to find in the UK just for maybe it's just like low stock. But it's a little surprising. I'm not going to lie. It is a little surprising that it's that hard to get. Pistol Priest went great, actually. He fucked up a Shrine Anchorite really good. But to be fair, we were doing, what's it called? There's a scenario called Hunt the Heroes. And on that map, they have these 2 locations that are filled with, like, they basically have 2 cannons. How you doing, Yuita? How you doing? Welcome. That scenario has 2 cannons and 2 machine guns that you can just access on the board, right? And let me tell you, getting a Sniper Priest up to one of those and then popping off shots with +2 to hit and +1 for height. Ooh, baby, let's go. Oh, that's true. Punching a hole through the wall would give me the ventilation I crave. You are not wrong. Oh, nice. What's she rocking for like the subtype? Like just vanilla, like the Scottish guys that get extra melee and stuff like that. I'm doing Papal States and I might go Red Brigade once my printer gets back up and running because I have some of the STLs for that. Oh, there we go. But yeah, I straight up did a thing where I ran up to the top of a thing. I got 3 pistol shots. I did 2 with the auto shot, 1 with a regular, 1 with a frag grenade, and then I used that stationary cannon to fire a shot that was effectively +2 to injury dice to ignore armor to finish off the Anchorite. It was I put a lot of violence against that thing. I put so much violence against that Shrine Anchorite. Yeah, that's just something I'm noticing a lot of, where it's like all the scenarios are really involved. The Iker Pit is really fun, though. It will take at least it took my group a while to really understand the ticks. Like the ticks are once you get them going, they're pretty simple, but the ticks have a lot of bespoke rules, which is really, really strange. Really? Okay. I was not aware that they were mostly for company stuff. Okay. Yeah, so at least in the US, you basically, there's one, it's called the Goblin Hut is the only way to buy that. And it seems apparently if you get it through a shop or you get it, I guess it pretty much doesn't matter where you get it. It's going to be $20 in the US, assuming you can find it. Which I've been always on the fence. I'm like, do I really need this? But it's I went to a shop I don't go to regularly. How you doing, Sonic Addict? Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You were playing Resident Evil, not Sonic at all. But if you do not know me, I'm Halbernut the Mimicoth. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skate variety. How's the Resident Evil treating you, yo? How you doing? How you doing, Nurgon? Hey, I know you. I know you. How you doing? I'm currently working on metal boxes because it felt like it. So thank you for the Halbernut. Huh. I just kind of assumed they were you know how there's just a lot of miscellaneous companies who do things for model trains, and then as a mini painter you find out oh these are godly. That happens so much over the years where straight up it's just oh yeah, no, this is meant for train people, but once many people find out, it's oh yeah, no, this has been good. Ah, nice. I've had limited experience with Resident Evil 4, but it is a neat game. So hell yeah, I'm glad you're having fun. I'm working on metal boxes and it's going pretty legit. It's really just a lot of miscellaneous bits of the thing that I gotta get. At least little smokestacks, couple little ladders. There's probably a lot I'm going to get touch up as well, but that's fine. Yeah, they really, it's because I always find it fun because it's always oh yes, somebody will discover a thing, it'll become the hot new thing for mini painting, and then you'll find out that model train people have been doing it since 1789, and you're like, what the fuck? It's nice. It's so You know how you can buy like a keyboard and then there's like a gamer keyboard, which is the same keyboard and it lights up and it's got all it's like black with the with the RGB lights. That's a lot of stuff that's aimed to mini painters where they'll just take a product that already exists and they'll just like up you know, sometimes it's convenient. Sometimes there is a convenience factor, but like sometimes we'll be like, this is basing gravel. They're like, what is it? It's gravel for many people. And you're like, okay. Because you can get away with that. You can 100% get away with that. And it's really easy. People will spend good money for piles of gravel that like you could just get gravel. For people who do many things, please just go to Home Depot. Most of our supplies are just for sale at Home Depot. It's super easy to get. They really do lead the way, yeah. And like it's like the thing is like it's also funny because like I actually don't think they're like gatekeeping anything. Like I just think it's like nobody bothered to ask Grandpa what he's using on the trains, and then like if you talk to like a historical guy or like a train scale modeler, they'll be more than happy to tell you the secrets. They're like a lot of hobby people that if you ask them like, hey, what you doing over there? They'll be more than happy to share. How you doing, Extreme Cream Dream? How you doing? A little mud? Not yet. I don't have any mud on the Mini just yet. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Though there will be mud. There will be mud. I paint your milkshake. I know that's the wrong one. I don't know. It's fine. I don't know movies enough to quote them anyway. Oh yeah, there's like a little bit I was going to get. You right there. I need to get that little bit. Yeah, like train people use static grass a lot. That's a big thing. Oh, there's a couple. There's like a bunch of little stuff like that. Like those like kind of like pre-made diorama hills and whatnot. Yeah, the sad thing is I don't see like it's also really hard to find them. But like there is a model train section at a hobby store near me, and I'm just like, ooh, 8 trees, you say? Oh yeah, that like, especially if you're doing like diorama stuff, like mini scale things, whatever. Like, you know, sometimes they got some stuff that will work for like Warhammer, sometimes they don't. But if you're doing like a terrain or a base, oh my god, go there. When I was young, oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't have a dedicated train store. I got like a hobby town that happens to have a really solid train section. That's how I keep myself going. Get a little bit more metal. I need to get some of these like little nubbins and whatnot. But yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess as a train guy, you gotta know your. Also, to be fair, a lot of people who are into like certain crafts, like naturally kind of like do that. Like it's something I kind of forget about that straight up. Black Magic Crafts, I believe, was a carpenter. He was in like some industry where like he was regularly dealing with a lot of like insulation foam and whatnot. It's just part of his job. And that knowledge is kind of carried over, and like that's even just him. I'm sure there's similar things in other stuff. Yeah, contractor. Thank you. Yeah, the Citadel Skull box isn't too bad, honestly. If you have access to the 3D printer, you can get more skulls. But I bought one of those boxes years ago, and every now and then I'll just rip like 3 skulls out of it, and just put on some bases, and it's still pretty good. Back when it was a bit cheaper. I don't know how much that skull box goes for now, if you can even buy it. I feel like they changed that recently. I for some reason feel like that there was a big change where there's now like more helmeted skulls and whatnot in like a newer iteration of that box. I could totally be wrong though. Get that little bit. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Those skull boxes, basically, they're good forever. They'll never stop being great. Little nub in there. It's just like no longer maintaining a point whatsoever. That's unfortunate. It's just wide. I mean, it's still got like it's small enough. It's not the worst. Yeah, I've not tried the toilet paper trick though, but I do use a lot of like the pour on resin from like a lot of hobby people, like just like more terrain hobby stuff for some terrain, and it looks really good. It looks really fucking good. Yeah, this is still painting fine. I've not had to do any like real precision points yet. Today I don't know how far into that part. I'm also planning on doing some sponge weathering. I found like a really good example of like a rusty tank that I kind of want to fuck around with. It's like, you know, Death Guard Rhino, if I want to fuck around, I can totally do that. Oh, is it only online only? 2 trade stores. Holy shit. This is I'm legitimately surprised Thomas still has that much grip. That people like, yeah, no, Thomas is why this trade store's afloat. I guess Thomas is still airing, maybe. Oh, it's a skull box and a battlefield trophy box. Ah, gotcha. Maybe I gotta rinse this bad boy out. Maybe. I twist you, buddy. Well, I guess I got a slightly smaller. I basically try to only use these brushes with a silver tip as my metal brushes. They're reasonably solid, but like I don't want to use anything useful. Anything that could carry like a legitimate point. I don't want to put them through the shit. Get a little bit on there. Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll go to a dedicated train shop. It's like a nice dedicated train shop and just really see what they got going on. How you doing, Jay? How you doing? So long that mushrooms grow on him, now he's mycelial. Welcome back, Jay. Welcome back, you fuck. You had extra days to practice, and that's what you came back with. I see how it is. I'm still getting that like you guys know how like KFC has like a test kitchen that like there's like certain KFC stores where they'll sell just like really weird bizarre shit that just never makes it to the rest of the KFCs. That's basically what I am for Jay's puns. Because I won't ban him for puns. So it's like okay, I'm gonna delve. I'm gonna go delving. It's like oh like whenever there was like straight up like a Patton Oswalt bit that was like you could go to one of those and get a turkey, like a chicken leg the size of a turkey leg, and someone was like, "Are turkey legs supposed to be that big?" And the representative said something to the degree of like, "Absolutely not." How you doing, Ars? How you doing? I'm sure the stories still hold up. I'm just surprised because, like, you know, a lot of things fade with time. I guess there's always train autism. So I guess Thomas is like the good way to like really pop in there. There's gotta be a CGI Thomas. That has to exist. How you doing, Majide? How you doing? Hey, let's go. I still have a bunch of heresy stuff to do myself. I'll be joining you with that someday. So far it's going pretty good. There's a couple little tiny bits I gotta get. It did go like that. Okay, there we go. That's unfortunate, but not surprising though. It's like one of those things I'm like, I can't muster anger for that kind of thing because like, yeah, I'm not the audience, and I'm not surprised. We do yearn for the rails. I get it though. Like I rode my first train to MagFest in 2023 and I was like, ooh, this actually, no, it's 2024. It's 2024. I was like, oh shit, this is cool. I like it. Wait. That's a lot of information. One of them is like, I didn't realize she was hunting down the Golden State Killer. The other bit of information, I was not aware that Patton Oswalt had a wife that died. The only bit I know about Patton Oswalt's wife is that there was a bit like maybe like a decade ago where she was trying to trick him into having kids. Not in like a mean way. He was just it was just a joke about like, we weren't sure about having kids, but she started to want kids. So the joke is that like, she's going to lead him into a room with rare comics and then like, bam, child. You know, just like goofy little playful bit. That's wild and sad at the same time. Do yearn for the rails, yeah. We do. On another stream, actually. Oh, okay. So you have multiple test kitchens then. Magic School Bus remake. What the fuck? I don't know. like, you know, like it's one of those things that like I mean at this point I don't know if I'm going to have kids or not. Not that I dislike children. I just don't know if life has really dealt me that hand of cards. But, you know, it's like do I become that guy that's just like here's all the things I enjoyed as a kid, you're getting them now. I don't know. I don't know. I definitely at least pick and choose a couple. Like Magic School Bus I feel like is safe. And even if like all the information is outdated, Magic School Bus, I don't even know if that's necessarily true. Like, I know. I mean, yeah, I know that's like, you know, those are good shows and like that would be doing them. I also think to some degree though, you need to like, they do need to have their own experiences with stuff. Like I can't just fully imprint all my likes growing up on a child. And I like, you know, maybe there's some like newer shit that might be cool that I'm just not aware of. I've never seen Bluey. I don't know. Bluey could be good. Something like that, yeah. How you doing, Midir? How you doing? Coming to Weeb. Oh, let's go. I had something kind of similar. It was a while back where it was like I was visiting some like extended. Oh no, it was my adopted father was dating this lady at a time, and she had 2 kids, and at some point they're like, "How put on like a cartoon or something for them," and I don't know why. I just couldn't think about it. I just could not think of a good example. So I was like, what would be like I had this thought was like, what would be a anime that I could put on for them? And I don't know why my brain went to anime directly. And what I ended up going with was Ika Musume. I'm like, Ika Musume is pretty good. Ika Musume is like pretty tame. It's goofy. Like, there's no real violence or sex or anything in there. There's no like real like deep into paint nerd jokes. I think that's a solid show, and they enjoyed it. So I don't think that led to any weebness, but I was like, yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, showed him Berserk. All right, child. It's trial by fire time. I am the fire. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So that could be a good compromise. Let them play Fortnite, but then also like show them, I don't know. Show them Magic School Bus. You can't play Fortnite, young man, unless you watch your Magic School Bus. Oh man. Must be fun now to get them into mini painting too. I do see those families that are just like, yeah, we're all painting at the table together. I'm like, oh, that's sweet. Oh, that's adorable. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot as an idea. No, listen. Ika Musume will not damage anyone. Ika Musume is not a damaging show. What do you mean the bus is gone? Did they get rid of the bus? Every time I look into like what might be going on in Fortnite, it's always like we have to team up to destroy Godzilla, and it's like the most high impact like bullshit you've ever seen. Gunsmith Cats. Gunsmith Cats is cool, but yeah, no, definitely, yeah, you gotta wait on that one. You definitely gotta wait on that one. And Kyrie, you are speaking the words that I do not know, but hell yeah. How you doing, Steve? How you doing? I've returned. Thank you for continuing to be my sub. Why do you phrase it that way? Check it out, I got my Rhino, which I'm working on. It's going pretty good so far. I think I'm gonna cheat on the feet a little bit. Let's use what's like a good brown. No, there's a dark skin tone brown. I think it's gonna be good for this. Yeah, dark flesh tone. There we go. Don't need to. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. If it's a Traintism thing, I'll understand conceptually even if I don't understand the words themselves. Yeah, that's also one of those things too. Yeah, talk about like the OG Doom thing where it's like, yeah, so you know, sometimes as a kid you just see something. Elefino. Gee, what? Okay, let's go. We're gonna get like real. We're gonna get real grody with this bad boy. With the knowledge that these are probably gonna get coded later. See, but the thing, when I see that, I don't think Elefino, I think Elefino, like Filipino. Like that's where my brain's going. I would have never thought I know. I would think Eno. There we go. Yeah, there we go. This flesh tone's like really, really good for getting this kind of like warm rust effects. Yeah, that might be a better verbal one. That might be a better verbal one. Ah, Welsh stuff. I gotcha. Italian brain rot. I don't really know what Italian brain rot is. Every time it's like, check it out, like somebody's like, this is Italian brain rot, and I look at it and it's like, it's her, a cup with tits, and I'm like, what? Do people jerk to this? And they're like, no, it's just funny loud noises. I'm like, all right, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like I just like was linked a thing in like some Discord's meme channel. Like I caught my nephew looking at this, and it was just like weird anthropomorphic like vegetables twerking, and it was like apparently that's Italian brain rot. I guess I don't know. I know it's like some AI generated garbage. I just like beyond that even I don't even really fucking know. I could have painted this first before I did the first. That's fine. It really doesn't exist. True and valid. Do I want to do the bottom incredibly rusty? That's like an easy way just to kind of like skip some bullshit. I might do that actually. So I might just go ham like this part onwards. I might just kind of do that. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Get more. Just go. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like I can't really call Zoomers at this point are basically like not quite my age bracket, but they're like enough. Like if somebody is a Zoomer, they could legitimately be like 27, and that's not young enough to be like you're a different species to me. Like talking to a Gen A, I'm like we are very unlikely to come to any sort of understanding about anything. Yeah, I could have like a totally fine conversation with a Zoomer, and it's not even that weird. I don't even really need to stoop down. Yeah, how you doing, Joof? How you doing? Thank you for the help too. I gotta fix this. There we go. How you doing? Yeah, you got the Zoomers with mortgages, yeah. They're kind of hastily applying paint to the bottom of this just because, you know, it's Death Guard's gonna be rusty. I'll definitely come back later and like really kind of like jazz it up a bit, but this is also going to be the part that will just not be seen. So if I need to just kind of do a funky little thing. The beta male, yeah. I wonder if there's going to be like a leaning into that as kind of a thing, or if like the whole like language dynamic will change. It's like Arabic. Oh, I'm not surprised. I'm sure it was like I don't know. It might even be something was AI generated. Just randomly chose Italian. I don't know. But yeah, no. Adult Zoomers and whatnot. It's not even that weird anymore. At least for me, anyway. Big thing I need to do is just make sure that, like, when I get this little bit in there, that kind of evens out. Yeah, something like that, yeah. I also do want to try some sponge weathering today. I've experimented with it in the past, but I feel like it's a necessary ingredient for a vehicle like this, so we're gonna eventually give that a go. I don't know when. I don't know if I'll even get to it tonight, but, like, because, like, I would also, if you're wondering what these are, sorry, these are magnetic, basically 3D printable little holders that hold magnets. So I could just put it in my carrying case, and I could actually, like, move my Rhino with me without it just, like, falling to pieces. It's nice. It kind of fucks with the profile. If you look at it to the side, it's like, oh, that's weird. But I'll take a little aesthetic, like, a little decrease to aesthetics for functionality, so that's fine. There we go. You're on the ground now. Oh, huh. Weird. Okay. I guess if you don't know Italian, it's just like noise. Yippee! I love weird noise. I guess. All right. Oh yeah, we should work on the lad. The lad is going to use some tarnished stuff. So where's my turquoise? There we go. I'm also realizing that I also listen to weird bullshit. Like I know we're like, man, fucking Italian brain rot, and right now we're hearing a roller coaster I want to fuck you like an animal cover. So like there's a couple of stones being thrown into this glass house of mine, but this was put together by a guy by the internet savant Neil Cicierega, one of the truest of goats. Oh yeah, no, they get more bonkers. They're so good. I love his entire because like he's got Lemon Demon, which is like legitimate music that he made. Yeah, that's true. We also do the VAs do punk. Which has one of my favorite things forever, which is a Japanese woman singing Pretty Flight for a white guy. Like, I cannot stress that enough how much that just makes me laugh just internally. Like, I hold it together pretty well, and like, I've listened to that song a billion times, so like the out loud guffaw portion of my brain is just not that strong for it anymore, just through sheer repetition, but it's still so good. It's still so fucking good. Oh, so we got Serbians that are like, hey, wait a minute. Because like I know there's like Italian brain rot like kids' birthday parties and shit where it's like it's always like it's him, it's like Tarbooks, and it'll be like a bajillion letters long, and it'll just be like a Lincoln log with legs and like really weird soulless like not 3D printed AI generated eyes. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I guess that's what it is. Yeah, that whatever the fuck that is. Yeah, I don't know how many of those tunes are necessary to get the name across or not. I don't know. Yeah, it's. Well, I also think some of the overcompensating is like even not AI related issues. This is something I think about sometimes too. It's like, and like even like millennials and like Gen Alpha kind of got this too. But like I would argue that definitely like late Gen Alpha, early Gen Beta really got this. Like they're like, what's the best way to say this? Like they basically, because of the way the internet works now, and because they are connected to it like constantly, you now have people whose entire personality is like I like people who have been monitored forever. Like people whose entire like likes and dislikes and everything about them has always been part of a peer group that constitutes the entirety of the internet. And like sometimes these people find their own like little niches and stuff like that. That's not they do fine. But then you also get shit where it's like you like let's say you're like a 14-year-old person. You're 14 years old and you like anime. And you want to talk about anime on Twitter. And like, can you imagine how much like stepping on eggshells you got to do for everything? If you have any opinion, you have to make sure that it is not too cringe or it's like not too wrong, or else the entirety of a lot of portion of Twitter will just be mean to you. And like some of those people will be like, I'm gonna like leak your house on the internet. And like that's a fucking lot. And like I think that's why you get these people now. Like you get people who are like in their like early 20s, even like late teens, who'll be like I saw a clip of like it was this like Japanese game show, and they're like, I can't believe that like they're being so mean to this like young lady, and it's just this like Japanese woman who's in her like 30s. She's just like a random Japanese idol on just like a game show, just doing game show bullshit. And I think it was just somebody who's so used to that kind of like, I am being monitored, I must do the group think, I must be offended because small Japanese lady is getting like bonked on the head or whatever. And it's like it leads to like really strange individuals, stuff like that. Yeah, it's harder to make mistakes. It's hard just to be weird. Like we're like arguably just a lot of like people now have like a bit more weirdness in certain aspects, but you got a lot of that like the panopticon is on them constantly. Yeah. Oh, exactly, Kaido, exactly. But also like it is tricky though because like I'm pretty open about all my likes and dislikes. Like I'm like the nice thing I like being a VTuber is I can be really reasonably open and just talk about shit I enjoy. But like some people don't got that luxury, or even like some people can't even comprehend what that means. And it's just a really weird spot to be in for sure. AI generate the children. No, there'll be real people out there. I believe. I also do think there's going to be. Yeah, I hate the panopticon one take. I mean, for real though. For real, technically, if you're on Twitter, the panopticon is watching you while you're shitting. Not wrong. Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. You gotta like definitely like watch what they do on the internet. But I also know a lot of people my age who are like, I'm fucking exhausted. Here you go, child. Here's an iPad. And I'm like, oh god, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh shit! What'd he say? What'd he say? The idea of the idea of him being into that would be really, really fun. Also, just more people in Trench Crusade's fun. So fuck yeah, let's go. Well, if I ever need someone to learn Trench Crusade from, I can do that. Oh fuck! I didn't get the back. Oh yeah. Let me get all the brass stuff before I go too far. You do, but it's something like sometimes that is like legitimately a. Because there is also still a happy medium. Like there is like a you know, you want to be able to be free online and think your own thoughts and be your own person, but you also have to make sure that you don't go like into women's DMs and be like, I want to sniff your feet, because there are some people with no off switch like that who they're like, no, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. You're taking this lack of inhibition in a weird way. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, 1984. It's bad. I do know female friends of mine who get shit like that from time to time. It sounds annoying. It sounds annoying. I forced my opinion to change. Oh yeah, I think to some degree, at least for myself, I'm not usually changing my opinion to like match other people, because you know, I'm doing weird mini painting bullshit of my own volition. I think some of it comes down to also just like knowing, like, you know, time and a place for everything. Could I explain? I can, because it's stupid. It's a very stupid drama, but which I can explain. So here's the general summary of this. During the early days of Trench Crusade, they did not have a Discord. So the people behind 28 Magazine were like, hey, would you like to squat in our Discord for a while? We'll make like a little section where you can like post your game and stuff like that. And that's not too unusual. 28 Magazine is effectively kind of like the like indie punk version of mini painting. There are people that like really just like retro models or like really heavy kit bashing, like doing indie war games, like not kind of like still doing many things, but not doing the like I only play 10th edition 40K. And because of that, they tend to be more punky and left leaning and whatnot. And normally that's fine. That's not really a big deal. And not even like effectively what happened though is, so the Trench Crusade people were there. And I think around this time, this is where I'm a little iffy about the timeline. I believe roughly around this time is when the first female Custodes was released. Like G-Dubs, like someone in the codex was like, yeah, Custodes can be women. And that caused like a bunch of kind of like effectively kind of like really reactionary, like political people getting all worked up. Specifically Arc, whatever that guy is. Warhammer, who is kind of like, he's one of those people that like really, he bitches about like G-Dubs all the time and about like woke things, and also really only enjoys the Siege of Rax. Like that's kind of it, what's going on there. But like for a while that like Arch was like, ah yes, Trench Crusade. This is the Tradcath whole like hangout we've been looking for. So basically they went in there to that Discord, which once again kind of was already run by a very artsy indie kind of punky group of people, and Arch was like, this is going to be like our thing now too. We like this a lot, but also we're going to like really get into people's shit. And they got kicked off of that one. And then it kind of became like a personal like, oh, you hate me. You hate clearly you hate all right-wing people. And that wasn't really ever the case. Like I said, I mean, everybody there generally was kind of left-leaning, but it was a lot of it like, I would argue a lot of it was more just like, I just want to grill. Like, people just wanted to talk about minis. They didn't want to care. They didn't care about like G-dubs being woke. And also the idea that I think he kind of wanted to kind of get in on the ground level of it. Because of that, there's now this kind of forever like persecution thing that like, at some point, this is like not to his credit, but he did sort of solidify, like Arc Warhammer did kind of solidify this like, ah yes, like all the Trench Crusade people, they hate you, John Right Winger, and they hate you, and they it kind of was just kind of into that kind of like. And then there was always just kind of like, they're like, oh yeah, well, if you don't support us, Trench Crusade is going to flounder because we are single-handedly the biggest audience in 40K. Like we are going to keep your game afloat. And if you don't, clearly your game's going to crash and burn and it's dead. Yeah, like honestly, same top hat. It's like, honestly, anytime anyone gets really political about stuff, I just kind of tune out because like I am very much like I want to do my own thing. But yeah, so Trench Crusade got big, like the Kickstarter did really well, and then just every now and then Arch actually psyoped is like Trench Crusade is not meant for like it's only meant for like super left wing people, and they hate everything you got to stand about, and it's like. It's pretty dumb. It's really pretty dumb. It's just Arch being butthurt that he couldn't get in on the ground level and like really like. But now it's like a self-propagating virus where now you have other annoying like performative right-wing people who are just constantly just not shutting up about Trench Crusade being woke, and they will spread that misinformation to certain people, and that will just kind of keep going on. It's not like a real big deal. If like, here's the thing. It's one of those things that seems a lot crazier if you are online. It feels there are people that are just like, what is my life? My life is the culture war, and those people are aggravating. But that is a type of person, and those are the people who get into arguments about Trench Crusade. But like, I've personally found that it goes very little into actual like game stores and playing games and stuff like that. And like overall, like, because like. Here's the thing, if you ever ask somebody to articulate like what's up with like it is a very terminally online opinion, yeah. Because like otherwise Trench Crusade is very much, it's never like it doesn't really mention like gender or anything a whole lot. Like there's people from all over, like is there the occasional black person in Trench Crusade? Yeah. But like a lot of Trench Crusade takes place in Africa. Like, there's a big part of Trench Crusade that is the demon Mammon is fucking up Northern Africa, and a lot of people are banding together to stop that shit, because you don't want Mammon murdering everyone to get all your gold. Like, it's, and like, you know, like Ethiopia as like an early Christian nation as like a reasonably, like, I would even say like a crazy large bit. And it's Central 11, yeah. It's like stuff that's like totally like not particularly weird for a game that's very Crusades based. I think some people also get a little weird about, what's it called? Get weird about the Sultanate because it's like a Muslim faction, but that's not even, like, that's not even that weird, though. It's because, like, Infinity did a Muslim faction, like, way before that, and it's, like, not a unique thing. It's not a unique thing, but, like, it's whatever. It's stupid. Just a gender stuff. Yeah, because like legitimately, it does have Crusade in the name. You're like it is straight up, yeah, like that kind of stuff is. But you know, there are people that just cannot separate being terminally online, and And then also every now and then too. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to explain it that way, Solid. It's because like you would assume it's something more substantial because these people are like genuinely really upset, and they will just constantly like get angry about Trench Crusade on Twitter, and you're like, but why? It really depends about the soul. I've seen Muslim people who are generally jazzed about that, but then you also if you are a fundamentalist version of any religion that's in Trench Crusade, you're not going to be stoked. Like if you can't separate the fact that the church is basically building the Tower of Babylon 2, but with more radios, you're not gonna have a great time. But it also every now and then some of this reignites too, because 40K gets into a lot of those seasonal arguments about whether they're no good guys or bad guys in 40K. That's a reasonably common thing. And you get the really, really intense are the Imperium the good guys and whatnot. I'm always on the Imperium is fucking awful. They're not the best way to do things in the galaxy. We've seen that before. But individual John Guardsman probably isn't a bad dude. John Guardsman's probably not a bad dude, but the Imperium is not great. It's very obvious if you read a book. Straight up read the first Horus Heresy book, and there are, honest to God, you meet the Interrex, and they're doing great. They hang out with the aliens. Things are pretty good. They're we just befriend aliens, and we just warn them that shit can get bad. And do you want to just become a vassal state? Yeah. You can hang around with us. It'll be cool. We have a museum of weapons that the Kinnebrock, the funky alien gorilla dudes. They're yeah, we don't use these anymore because they're chaos, clearly. As quite the dramatic irony, also fucking Erebus, that wily punk. Ooh, Erebus, ruining everything for everyone. Yeah, I feel the same way, Charlie, but also too, I am an irrational adult. I find enjoyment for the act of playing games and creating. There are just legitimately people that just only go online to fight, and that's it. That's the only way they get that delicious serotonin. Oh yeah, that. See, I kind of agree with that. The whole geek mop fallacy stuff, I don't think is entirely wrong, but it definitely predates the age of where we're at right now, with just everybody is online, and then a lot of things are, because you guys generally know the gist that Twitter wants you to get into political slap fights because Twitter wants you to be online on Twitter, so that ways on Twitter you will get a higher chance of an ad, because you'll get Twitter Blue, so that ways you can argue online for a living. Mostly you don't. Mostly if you're arguing online for a living, you're honestly probably not doing great financially in a country where the US dollar carries a lot of weight. There was that kind of thing a while ago where they temporarily turned on Twitter locations, and it was a lot of the yes, the West has fallen, and you find out it's some dude from Bangladesh just farming money. This is very silly. This is really, really silly. Church pilgrims are crazy on drugs. I don't know. It's church pilgrims are so cool. I don't know why you'd go there, but whatever. It's just really, really, really strange. Gonna wait for the ad to break before I go back to talking about bigger shit. Yeah, still haven't done any spongy stuff yet. I do want to do some spongy shit, but I want to also get this early flesh there. Oh yeah, it was pretty. I think they took it away because it's one of those things that, to some degree, that it is a very personal, it is effectively a form of doxing, very light doxing. So I'm kind of, part of me is glad that they reverted that change, but it was very much wild to be hey, wait a minute. You mostly go online just doing making things worse. And it's oh, it's because if you do that, you get a lot of views, and that's actually just, makes you a livable wage. Is it still there? I thought they got rid of that. Yeah, I'm still going with the idea that the Imperium is bad, and a lot of the stuff they've done is stupid. But the individual person's trying their best, and like guardsmen do gotta go and like fight like Tyranids and whatnot. Oh, just for government accounts. Gotcha. Yeah, legitimately monetizing Twitter was a mistake, and I know they did that because once again that's like a way to kind of improve metrics and stuff like that. I really gotta like retime this. Ah, there we go. Get some water. Oh, that I didn't realize about the Canada stuff for the US. That's weird. Yeah, it's tricky because like I mean, monetizing Twitter is a mistake and on all levels really, because the best way to get engagement on Twitter is like arguably like like the a lot of these like political things or whatever is a way to do that, but really the best way to get engagement on Twitter is just to steal content. Like the ideal case when they're like, ah, yes, if this is working as we imagine, you would be good Twitter poster, and you'd be like, boy, I love doing, I don't know, look at my dog, look at my cool dog, and people would be like, I love your cool dog. Here is a bunch of views. You convert that to Twitter points. I mean, yeah, this is definitely like an endemic to a lot of platforms, but Twitter gets it really bad too. But it's just so much easier just to steal someone else's cool dog and everyone's cool dog pictures and make an account called like Dogs Daily, and you just show uncredited pictures of the dog, and then you get so much more money because it's so much easier to steal than to make original content. And then so like a lot of like pretty much from the onset, it was just bad. It was a bad idea and has only made the world worse. How you doing, Dr. Anime? How you doing? I'm gooping the tank. I do be gooping this tank. Oh yeah, no, a little bit. Get a little bit on there. Some accounts did, but arguably even before that, those accounts were still stealing. So I guess that was like, because like it is tricky though, because I do think to some degree a aggregation account makes sense. Like that was never like unique to Twitter. Like even like I've seen places like Tumblr or whatever that would do something similar. They're just like, at least Tumblr, like I don't know, it's weird. So like Tumblr's system kind of made more sense because like the reblog was a bit more useful than like a retweet, even though they're very functionally similar. I don't know. There's more gravitas, I guess, for reblog. I guess I was on there very little overall, but it seemed like a neat place when it lasted. Every now and then somebody would be like, "Hell, listen, Twitter in 2025 is the best it's ever been. All the weirdos went Tumblr 2025 is the best it's ever been. All the weirdos went to Twitter," and I'm sure that might legitimately be true. The Whamageddon. Oh shit! Did I? It's not December yet. You guys got a little bit. You guys got a little bit before Whamageddon activates. We are still solidly in the okay zone. Oh yes, yeah. Sometimes complaining on Twitter is the only way you can get like companies to like react to stuff like that. Yeah. Ah, okay. It's December to UK. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, it'll be December where I'm at in like an hour and some change. Nothing too bonkers. Nothing too bonkers. Potot are coming. Oh, I could get that ready. I could bring. No, I'll wait. Once it hits the witching hour, I'll bring the Potot out. I'll bring the lad out. Yeah, I've been like hello everyone. There we go. Let's go. The gavel goat. What the fuck is the gavel goat? I'm apparently I'm not aware of the goats. This is a fun thing to say. But yeah. What was I going with this? Yeah, because like I think every now and then I've seen like VTuber friends of mine post on there, and it's also one of those websites that if you don't have an account, like the website just doesn't work. Like have you ever like just wanted just to look at Twitter, just like, you know, without your account signed in? You're like, I don't know, you're like on a different computer or whatever. I wish I were. I can't do that. I know that's the Azumanga Daioh exchange with Chio's dad, and like I think it was like Osaka was having a dream. I think it's been a bit. I just don't have that whole exchange off the cuff, or else I would. Versus myself. Yeah, see, I mean, I appreciate people who paint, like, pure, pristine colors and whatnot, but I lean towards the goop. I like the goop. I like the dirt. I like the grime. It's the best. But it also means that, like, I will never do, like, nice, pretty, clean, like, high elves or whatever. Like, that doesn't just really work for me. So I appreciate when people do. When people were like, yeah, no, I can do a clean paint job. That's neat. TikTok keeps you off that. I got you. I post stuff to TikTok, but I've never developed a taste to use it myself. Like I've once again I've had people my age like, how you just gotta like train the algorithm. But every time I get ready to pop in there, it's just like some teenager doing something dumb. I'm like, I'm good. Life is going good. I just got back. Also, Jay, have yourself a good night. Velociraptor. Hey, I like that one. Okay, I like that one a lot. But dinosaurs are cool, so that might be my bias showing. Have a good night, Jay. Have a good night. Yeah, I like that one. That was a solid pun. That was a solid pun. I don't know how much I'm missing out, but I do upload stuff on there. I do upload stuff on there just as like, you know, if I'm uploading a thing to like YouTube and Instagram anyway, it doesn't really change much for me to do that. All right, let's take a look at the lad. What do we want to do? You're learning the various things. I do like do some tan on the horn. We'll get the horn. It's like, I do need to like touch up the lad himself, but I feel like he's, because of his position, I'm kind of want to hit him up towards the end. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you basically got me on TikTok as well. It's an identical platform, so just, you know, I'm mostly just posting whatever. Woo! Oh, hell yeah! I should. That's apparently that box is sold out everywhere. So good get on that one. Hell yeah! Tell me to upload my progress work on stuff. Yeah, some people like I like seeing work in progress stuff. I don't get to check it out super often, but yeah, it's, you know, it's fun. It's fun to show stuff. Oh yes, all these spikes are sharpened bits of sprue. Because I was like, you know, it needs to be a chaosy rhino. This is sort of a compromise of like, I need this to look chaosy, and also the fact that because I got this used, it had some like inherent, like, there's like lumps and stuff like that. It was a very cheap rhino. So it's like, yeah, I just clip some sprues. You could just take a sprue. Like, here's kind of what I do. I have a bunch of pre-cut sprues because I use them for sprue goo. No, there's no turkey reference. I just do that. If I zoom into like medium, let's see. Oh, my clippers are... I usually just go kind of lazy and I'll just like clip it in half. I'll just go like, that went somewhere. I don't know where that went. What's it called? And it's got a good spike, and then you can just take like a knife and you can kind of file some of the sides and then just kind of glue that bad boy on. Yeah. No, surprisingly, no. Most of my stuff flies behind my desk. Every now and then when I go behind my desk, I'm like, oh god, it's all plastic shards. I like it. So like, for context, see how the flesh on there, that's sprue goo. That's sprue goo. Some of the texture on here is sprue goo. For me, it's like if I need to do like a really dirty weld, where it's like I need to weld, because it's basically plastic glue, but also like if you need that with like a bit more body. I like it. Mine is too thick. I made Spooku for the first time. Mine is so thick. What mine does is really weird, but like it still works, but I have to like thin it out a bit, but also like it leaves these like plastic strings. It's very strange. So let's see. Do I want to do... So I have like a reference picture for a really rusted tank. So like I found this for like somebody's example of like how to do like, you know, like as a rusted tank example. And I'm curious like how hard do I want to go? How hard do I want to go? Oh god, no. Hey, I know where Jack Black's legs are. They're on a shelf. Someday I'll do something with that. I've done paper minis. No, like cutouts and stuff. I've seen people do some like One Page Rules actually has like full on cutout armies you can get, which is kind of neat. But no, I have not done any myself. All right, so I'm taking a sponge. This is just like a sponge. I don't use what's it called? I don't use like this type of foam anymore. This type of foam is for like what's it called? For like it's battle foam. I don't use this shit because I use magnets. There we go. This is just using that dark flesh tone, which is, it's nice. It's like brown, but also kind of warm. So it just like it's a really good rust. I'm gonna try to mush this a couple areas and kind of get a couple bits where I just kind of like really solidify the rust. Yeah, this is Death Guard, so I can just kind of go. I'm gonna go into the edges. Like I didn't get those nubbins, but that's fine. Yeah, using the extras is like a really good recycling thing. But yeah, I use really useful boxes for basically everything these days. I so very rarely actually like I have not had to use any of these for like proper like mini transport in so long. It's kind of nice. I think it's like the best consistency I've gotten with foaming. I think right when I was doing this earlier, somebody was like, I was looking at some blogs and like, yeah, so I tested on a palette, like a bunch. Then I tested on my hand. Then I put it on the model. It's like, oh yeah, that's a good like test run. So just to make sure I got like a good spread on this. Yeah, that's what a friend of mine uses, one of those like Jokoi boxes or whatever. So the torso using it. Yeah, exactly. It's super good for that kind of thing. Yeah. Like I really like my Sprugu and I use it. I also do a lot of like gross flesh effects too, so it's really good for that. Oh yeah, no, those are all those cases are really good. I am exclusively DIY really useful boxes that I'll order them maybe like 2 or 3 at a time from Amazon. I will then go and go to Home Depot. How you doing, Noodles? How you doing? I'm rusting a Rhino. I will go to Home Depot. I'll go to Home Depot. I will buy a gigantic thing of sheet metal for like $11, and I will just use that, and it's really, really good. Oh shit, what's the news? It's fucked up. Oh, your sleep schedule's fucked. Okay. Well, I'm wishing you luck on getting that fixed, because that sounds brutal. Unfortunate. Maybe watching me lightly sponge a vehicle will guide you to sleep. I think this is the best sponge rust I think I've ever done, which is surprising because I feel like every time I've tried this technique, it's looked bad. Meanwhile, like right now, this seems to actually be like going pretty good. So like focus on like a couple little areas. They're always really fucking expensive. Oh, I usually by the time I get them on Amazon, they're like $20 each, but that's totally fair. You got to get the slightly bigger ones for spear guys. That is understandable. Could be morning cartoons. Saturday morning elf with me, the elf. Excellent, nailed it. I might need to do some more Death Guard vehicles in a bit. I don't do a lot of vehicles because I really mostly play skirmish scale war games. But I do like, every now and then a good vehicle is like a very fun palate cleanser for sure. Weird. Yeah. I guess that's true. There are a lot of reasons I do that is because it ends up like much cheaper. Like I'll get a bunch of storage for like less than like $40 or $50. But yeah, if it's getting to the point where it's like one of those Jokoi boxes or whatever, it's just gonna be just as cheap. You might as well. Yeah, no, 100%. If I get any on the flesh at this stage, it's not a big deal because it's flesh out of 10. Rust up that metal in there, but probably not. Okay, so I'm basically gonna be treating these. Well, the gun is a bit. I can go a bit more funky with. I'm treating the guy as like almost like a separate model, even though he is absolutely attached. See, I also like vehicles, to be fair. Well, see, okay, for BattleTech, you're not wrong, but my brain doesn't classify them in my brain as vehicles just because, like when I mean like a big chunky fucker like this. I do need to do some more BattleTech though. Base for this model is oh, let's go. Yeah. I know this is basically a modified like military vehicle, but they just put in a 40K, which is very fun. Thank you for that house rate. That little scratch there I need to deal with. I could actually. I only have one like let's see. Like let's see. Let's see. How many Biohaulers I got? Not a crazy amount. Oh yeah, because you can get like elementals and stuff where they're just like itty bitty little dots. I think for me it always comes back to I just don't like BattleTech plastic. I don't like that like really rubbery game board plastic. That I do not fuck with that. Which is a shame, and I know I have enough BattleTech minis that I'll need to just get over that. Like I think that's kind of my goal for like I'm getting to the point where I need to start thinking about like what my goals for 2026 are, and I feel like one of them is just to get a basic bitch BattleTech Lance together. I don't need anything fancy. I just think like a BattleTech Lance of any sort would be solid. Where the Nerdlings get to go? Maybe you could put them back. Oh, you're not using elementals. You're just using like it. I see BattleTech just like infantry. I legitimately don't even know if I've just seen those models. The elementals were already tiny. Like the elementals I saw were basically like 90% like gas cloud because they were doing the little rocket jump thing. Oh, that's fair, yeah. Yeah. Also, recently I don't know why I never considered this. I was listening to when I was listening to the Hive Scum podcast. They're talking about that the lady like Anna from Gardens of Hecate. Hecate? I don't know. Gardens of Greek Magic Lady. Apparently whenever she does metal models, she covers them in sprue goo. Not like sprue goo, sorry, liquid green stuff, which apparently helps with adhesion, which I had never heard of. But I have a bunch of old War Machine medals, so if I can find, I think Tamiya putty is functionally similar to liquid green stuff. I need to try that. I really need to try that. I also have a smaller sponge for getting into like some of those, which I'll probably get that later. Also, Haddling Hatoru, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. How you doing? I am very lazily weathering a Rhino because, you know, as one does, you know. Death Guard Rhino, you bringing out the sponge. How's it going? Yeah, I love just finding out random hobby tips for like that, where it's like I would have never considered liquid green stuff on a metal model. Yeah, actually. I'm surprised you haven't seen me use the makeup sponge noodles. I go through a ton of them. Specifically what I do, I don't paint with them. I use them for enamels. For like for the step where you put on enamels and then you like wait for it to dry and then you use it to remove a little bit. I have the makeup wedge sponges and I also have the little like the 2-tip ones. Like it's like a little black thing with like a little like sponge nubbin on each end. I've never painted directly with them. Ah, no, that's totally fair. But yeah, do I got it on the table? Yeah, I got like, there we go. I got like this bad boy who's in like, oh god, that is just soaked in enamels. I don't even know. I should probably just chuck that one. Eat. So we got this. I can get like. There we go. Yeah, it's overall they're like really handy. Big fan. So oh yeah, I also don't need to be medium zoom anymore. I was just using it for an example. I forgot about the fucking Avatar Cruel Tutor. Just like having this fucker just like zoom in, just be like whoa. Caught my ass off guard. Looking pretty solid. Got a couple little bits of on the verdigris, but I can fix that. I guess the question is like, what the fuck do I want to do here? On the skulls. What the fuck? What do I want to do there? I figure that out. I got what's it called? Wolf Riding Goblins. I need more. What do you need more of? Like get a troll. Trolls are fun. I know Gloomspite gets trolls, but I don't know if they're good with the wolf ones. I know they're like basically like they're like a sub faction, so like can you mix and match? I legitimately know very little about them. I know very little, but there you go. Ah, I gotcha. Well, you know, don't spend all your money, but like, you know, you could catapult as a tree, maybe. Oh, you know, don't blow on your money if that's like irresponsible. Herbs and whatnot. Yeah, I know very little about the Gloomspite stuff. They just seem neat. But yeah, I basically got 2 things. I can even show them in a bit. Let me get a little bit of paint on some stuff. Oh yeah, no, Age of Sigmar itself is even like almost a decade old at this point. Like it's been going on long, like legitimately like reasonably long now. Which has been kind of neat. I know the Gloomspite were just turned out of the Night Goblin range with like pretty heavy redos. Yeah, you know, it's old. Age of Sigmar is old. I'm old. We're all getting old here. There's still a little enough on my palette that I don't need to get. It's a really unfortunate point I'm gonna fucking deal with. I'll get some of the tongue out in a bit. Yeah, thin your paints, thick your goblins. Exactly. That is solid. Yeah, I can show you. Let's see what I got. So I still want to do that project where I stuff a bunch of demons into the so it's Word Bearers have a Saturnine variant that's stuffed full of demons, and I was like, I have a good Slanesh version. I have a good Nurgle and Khorne. It's like Bestiarium for Khorne and Slanesh. I have a really good Nurgle thing from Recast Miniatures, I think. And I need one for Tzeentch, and like none of the Tzeentch ones look really good till I saw this guy. Uh-oh. Oh no. I reset the computers. Oh, is I guess the camera freeze? There we go. Okay, weird. OBS is acting up now, and I don't know why. I got a graphics card update that I need to do. It's fine. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'll have to deal with that later, but I think as long as I just like don't go too much farther than this should be fine. manager, nothing's... Something's being weird. OBS, please. I reset it before stream started. I've been good. I've been good to you. There we go. All right. Yay. Nice. It's been good. It's been good, and I don't know why it makes me sad because nothing makes me sadder than my stream acting up when I stream. But it's not crippling right now, which is fine. As long as I just don't move from the scene. Outside of button, I think I can do button presses to switch stuff. Let's see. Yeah, maybe that happens. Some people do get their first thing. What if seconds he streams? Let me see. It's kind of one of my two. Hey, let's go. See, it's weird. I actually don't dislike the Stormcast, but I sort of dislike their base version. Like, for me, if I give them a different helmet, they look a lot better to me. A bit more blue. Or get some lung stuff done. Yippee. But yeah, I got those. And what's like? How you doing, Shadow? Welcome. How you doing? It doesn't say I have Waludo turned on. That can't be right. I have Waludo on at all. Weird. Maybe I need to do that. Oh yeah, no. A lot of Neil's Ciceriga stuff feels that way. So you're not wrong. Hey, I have a very light purple somewhere. There we go. Yippee! Nice. I'm gonna be doing Pro-Acro purple. Hey. Okay, here we go. I was debating getting some more Pro-Acro paints. Like I have like a bunch of them I want to pick up at some point. I don't know when I want to do that. See, that's totally fine. I don't particularly vibe with them, and I usually swap mine out. But like if you're into them, fuck yeah, let's go. Everybody's allowed to have different tastes compared to me. I mean, my taste will be the most rightest, truest of tastes, but like, you know, everything around that's like reasonably solid. Let me get this lad's tongue, and let's do it. I need to figure out what color I want. He's got that like pile of skulls on there, and I need to figure out what I want to do for that, or if I just want to, I want to dry brush the tarnished metal first, and then go from there. Wow, indeed. See, it's weird for me. G-Dubs either does helmets that I love or helmets that I hate, and I don't like I love all the Death Guard helmets. All the Death Guard helmets, and like basically every Nurgle helmet is great, but there's a like Cities of Sigmar, I don't like their helmets either. Like those like weird bucket helmets. I like me a good bucket helmet, but the Cities of Sigmar ones just don't vibe with me at all. And I don't know why. I know they have like different designers on staff, so like it could just be that like somebody's particular variation of that just doesn't like. It could be just maybe like someone's very specific taste or what I'm into, or maybe just like there's a couple of team members collectively who have like a specific style they like. I don't know. We got you. What's on this thing? This was clearly not meant to be built the way it is, but that's fine. Yeah. See, I don't disagree either. I usually cut those off, but I understand it's a throwback to the fact that a lot of Chaos stuff are based on like barbarian stuff. So even in like a lot of the reason Chaos Space Marines straight up will have a lot of the reason Chaos Space Marines will straight up have those like huge top knots is for that reason. It's like I get it, even if I'm not super big on it. Oh god, I just basically super rusted over those as well. I could just not. I could just let that go and just paint that regular metal, but I kind of want some tarnished stuff. Oh yeah, having that for a command guy, but yeah, there's like a lot of just Chaos Space Marines just like fuck it, top knot. And that also kind of makes sense because they kind of like rewrote the Black Legion coming out of the Sons of Horus, where from Chthonian they were like pretty barbarianish anyway. I don't know when that sort of entered the like current modern version of canon, because that's always the funny thing, just the way canon shifts over the years. Just seem to like, oh yeah, no, this was true a couple years ago and now it's not. Like, so far not too bad. Not too bad so far. Good for your arm. Looks like he's got just like regular marine arms and like a regular marine chest bit with flesh and. Right, yeah, I might do a little bit of flesh. I might flesh him up a wee bit, maybe. Did do that. I can go around maybe like. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah. Luckily, depending. So, at first I was like, do I want to continue the trend going? Oh fuck! I totally forgot. I still want to watch the War of the Rohirrim, the Lord of the Rings anime. I was actually thinking about skipping this because there's a very stupid looking movie called Immortal that I had. I was just like looking through my stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I want to watch this. So I might cheat a theme week out, and I think we're gonna be watching Immortal this week anyway, for movie night. Yeah. I also realized that I think War of the Rohirrim is only going to be on like one of those, like it's going to be hard for me to show without the potential for lag. So I'm like, try to minimize lag for movie nights as much as possible. As much as possible, I would like to cut down on the lag for movie nights. So if going somewhere like to a different direction would help with that, so be it. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to do a little bit. There is an animated Hobbit. I was actually thinking about saving that one. Ooh, clearly the winning move is to show your date the movie night. Yeah, congratulations on the date though. Hell yeah. I actually think I want to save the animated Hobbit for next year. How you doing, Pepper Sanders? Welcome. How you doing? Because I think next year will be the time. Next November. Which, once again, very presumptuous to go this far in the future. Eventually, we need to watch all the Hobbit movies for movie night. We have to at some point. So we might as well. And just we could do Hobbit, the Peter Jackson Hobbit 1, 2, and 3, and then end on the animated Hobbit as like a fun palate cleanser. Oh yeah. I've basically heard nothing about it. Like, it's one of those things that like, oh yeah, if I would expect if it's bad to at least hear anything. Like people dunk on stuff. People dunk on stuff that they dislike, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I did forget about I forgot the Hobbit GameCube game. I forgot that was the thing. Where's my copy? So let's do a very little copper dry brush with the. There we go. Well, fuck yeah! Let's go! Congratulate! I'm glad it worked out. You were definitely checking a lot of stuff. You mentioned other streams. You were definitely going on a journey. So I'm glad you found a date. Hell yeah! What factions you looking for? Like, what if I can generally sort of point most people in the right direction if there's like a specific thing you're looking for factions or sub-factions or whatnot. Got doing that like copper verdigris dry brush bullshit because it's what I like to do. All right, what you feeling? I do Papal States and might be doing Red Brigade at some point. So that's usually my frame of reference, but like you got some options. You got the Abyssinians if you want like more dude spam. You got Eerie for if you want like heavy machine armors with like melee bonuses, which is pretty solid. Prussians are pretty good for just having just like shock troopers and grenades, and you get some cool weapons as well. They got like a decent amount of variety to them too, which is nice. Oh, my music stopped. Oh wow, yeah, okay. Literally, if I do anything. Weird. If I do anything, OBS lags. Weird. Strange. At least it's not like one of. Sometimes I've had that before where it will just straight up just like crash. It's not doing that at the very least. I'll take that so far. I'll take that. The dual income. That does sound nice. That it's like there are days I'm like, man, it's like it's a weird thought to think it's like it'd be nice if I had someone here just to like, you know, just with the dual income would be very handy. Especially as like my rent continues to go up every year. I'm like, man, I almost want someone here for like financial reasons, which feels weird, and I don't know how I feel about that, but like, yeah. Yeah, no, having a night, like, I just recently cleaned up my workshop and reorganized them. It's not done yet, but it is so much farther. Like, I'm so glad. A lot of times I have, like, crazy big plans where I'm like, I'm going to do everything, and then I do nothing. And then I do nothing. And I feel bad. I'm like, I didn't do anything during this break. I feel bad. But no, actually, I actually got a lot of, like, cleaning and organizing stuff done, so that felt pretty good. The Dinkelbergs. Yeah, no, that's understandable. But yeah, just like having someone, because like the thing is though, it's like it's also funny because like I don't want to go back to roommates necessarily, which is weird because like that's sort of like the logical like, why don't you just get roommates? And it's like I can't. I spent so much of my life with roommates that eventually when I got out of it, I'm like, yippee, never again. Never again. Okay, so Red Brigade is a weird one that its rules are on the official website, but they're not in the list with other factions. So if you're having a hard time finding that one, that's what's going on. Red Brigade is kind of neat, and you actually don't lose a lot of things. You get like very minor restrictions on you can't have 2 sniper priests, which sucks, but it's not the worst. You get what's it called? You get, and you also, your guys start with like roughly like 2 or 3, like 3 or 4 blood markers when you do a match. So your guys come pre-wounded, which can be bad, but you can kind of tech for that a little bit if you get like a medic. I mean, bards will sing about whatever. At the end of the day, bards are hired individuals. If you want a bard to sing about just like your birthday being super rad, you can totally do that. Technically, in our modern day, hiring someone to sing about how cool you are has never been cheaper, really. Can I get that nubbin? I can't. I wonder if I could just like straight up like dry brush the lad. Like, do I wish to dry brush the lad? I also really want to use the dirty down rust, but I can't. I need to wait. What should those? What the fuck what color do I do for these like skulls on there? I could do like a gold dry brush. That might be weird. Yeah, roommates can be a nightmare. I'm good not having roommates now, but like every now and then the financial bonuses of that is like going halvesies on rent would be nice. That would certainly free up a lot. But then I also just like the ability just to like do whatever the fuck I want in my house. It's great. It's great. Like I can't imagine VTubing. Like I know a lot of VTubers actually like stream with family. Like not as part of the stream as just like, you know, they are in a house with their family and like they have to like coordinate stuff and just like sorry mom, I was playing scary video game and I screamed at full volume. And like no shade on them, but that sounds fucking rough. That sounds really fucking rough. Well, that's a nice thing to do. Yeah, just like donate it to someone who is in need. I was like, little console thing I get. This, I got this. But yeah. Oh yeah, shit! I was about to mention this is like 2 hours of tangent ago. I'm still debating. I think next week is going to be a 3 painting stream week. Because I might have a schedule change stuff in the future. I'm getting some stuff worked out. But I was like, okay. So I have 2 things I've been thinking about. One of them is I talk about it's Rippers. It's that cyberpunk FMV game with Christopher Walken. That might be fun. I've also been like, I've been seeing a lot of stuff for Robot Alchemic Drive lately. That's a game I've been meaning to play for fucking forever too. Robot Alchemic Drive is a PS2. It's a PS2 game where it's kind of like I think now a lot of people just kind of got that like, oh yeah, if you're in a mech, you're like in the chest. But there was like a period of time where like the idea would be more like, oh, you control it like an RC car. Like you stand off to the side and you control your robot with the like RC remote, more or less. And Robot Alchemic Drive is supposed to be like effectively like a simulator for those kind of games. Like it's very classic mecha kind of stuff like that. I vaguely forget if that's I think Super Robo and Robo is just for like how realistic that the robot is. There's like some like actual like genre distinction between the two, and I cannot recall what the fuck that is off the top of my head. How you doing, Tundra? How you doing? Welcome. Yeah, I mean, I think it's supposed to feel. I think that's one of those games that's supposed to feel kind of weird to control, but like it seems neat. So like I feel like the Christopher Walken FMV would just be conceptually fun, but I don't know. It's like there are guides for it. So like if I wanted to, like if I get stuck on Moon Logic, I have a way to ollie the fuck out. But I don't know like how reliant on those I want to be. So I don't know. I'm torn. I also found out, so like I forgot that like do you guys remember me? Some of you guys might not. It's been a while. There's a video game called Eastern Mind, which is a very weird DOS game made by the guy who eventually would go on to make the LSD Dream Simulator. The sequel has been considered lost media for a while, and I forgot that it recently got translated. It was one of those, like, it didn't do very well, which should be shocking to no one in the grand scheme of things. It didn't do very well. Eventually, like, it was basically forgotten about. I think the story goes is, like, some, I think 4chan guys that, like, were able to get a hold of a copy to dump it. And I don't recall anything beyond that. And I think it kind of sat for a while, and then I think it got translation at some points, which was, like, I did like the first one a lot. That's another one, like, I like playing weird games every now and then. I love weird games, but I understand that a lot of those times are like, how? Everything on screen is screaming at me, and I don't understand any of it, and I have a headache. And, like, it's not that stops me from playing those games. I definitely still play them, but I usually for those, I give myself a, like, I space those out. I space out the weirdo headache-inducing games because I do understand. I do understand. He's taking dry brushing pretty well. And I just did Moroi recently-ish. That one was actively. It was actually very like funny. Like Matthew, I think you had the ollie out of Moroi before it wrapped up. I found out that there was a setting in the settings to disable the head bob stuff. So there was actually a way to get around that, but I didn't find out till like I nearly ended playing that for the night, which was like, huh. This would have been nicer to know sooner. How you doing, Lord of Bones? How you doing? I will say that I don't think, like, what's it called? I don't think that, like, Eastern Mind 2 would be that bad, because it's mostly a point and click, but it would be weird. But I don't know. There's a couple of options for, like, what might be next week's stream. We'll see. We'll see how that pans out. Oh, yeah, same. I've been enjoying the fuck out of holiday season. Been good. Oh yeah, it's like, so this is what I'm talking about, where it's like, if you see, it almost looks like there's a haircut in there, but it's not. Specifically what that is a thread of plastic. I like tweeze that out. I gotta tweeze this fucking rhino. Alright, reduce it to a little pokey bits, that's fine. I do like a darker sponging. Like I started with a lighter sponge, which I don't know if that was necessarily the best move, but let me try a charred brown real quick. Let me see what happens if I do like a really controlled sponging on that. See, also bring up my reference tank and hope my entire setup does not explode. I'm gonna try some. Nope, still about to explode. Let me do it. I'm not. Let's see. So I'm just curious. Setting. I'm up to date. Bizarre. There we go. I'll have to figure out what's up with that later. Dog look compatible. Hell yeah, let's go. All right, so we got this. I'm doing a. I got one of these like sponges that like I have a little tiny bit of that sponge, and I've also put it on this thing to kind of like make it easier to control. Going dark. Maybe what's going on is I've always tried to do it like really tricksy and controlled this way. Maybe that just doesn't work. Like maybe I do got to use the bigger sponge. Maybe that is the key. Yeah, let me try that real quick. I'm gonna try this real quick. So I got this other sponge from the same thing. Let's see. It's actually the color choice, weirdly enough. I was good go for like a darker color. Especially in these like areas, like I kind of want to hit that up for like the areas that are like really condensed. I also might just need more. I might just need more paint. I was going inherently conservative because I don't want everything to get covered. Do this again. This is like a, sponging I need to get better at because it's good for vehicles, and as somebody who likes to do gross vehicles, it's a good thing to do. Yeah, it's a cool it's one that like every now and then, like there's like a couple of techniques over the years I'm just like, I need to get back in on that shit. Sponging's definitely one of them. Here we go. So we got the more controlled sponge. Dog has been pet. Fuck yeah, let's go. Looks like it's going. Where it's like if I look at it, I can definitely like see it a bit more. It could just be browns in here like that. We'll find out. Luckily, the nice thing is if I take this like pretty cautiously, I'm not like really fucking this up too much. So like if I go here where it's like extra thick. Oh, there we go. Turkey and Fixins was good. I mentioned earlier, it's like I think this is like I did everything basically last minute this year. Like I had to get 2 micro turkeys instead of a big turkey, and I didn't end up doing stuffing. For some reason, I was just like, yeah, I don't give a shit about stuffing. But I also did, usually what I did though is I also used the, a lot of times for previous Thanksgivings, I'd used the baking with Babish recipes. This time I decided to do Chef John from foodwishes.com. Because I generally like his stuff, and it never really crossed my mind like, oh yeah, he probably does like Thanksgiving shit too. I made his mashed potatoes, which were really, really good. Oh boy. Oh boy. His mashed potatoes are really good, but it's straight up like, all right, you take 3 pounds of potato, like, okay, and then 1 pound of butter. And he was fucking right. He was absolutely right about that 1 pound of butter. It was, baby, let's go. It was the good shit. So yeah, so that was delicious. I basically used the same green bean casserole, which is just like, green bean casserole is not particularly buck wild. It's pretty much the same no matter the recipe in my experience. And then the turkeys were just turkey out of 10. Spatchcocked, I have like a turkey. It's not meant for turkey, but it's like one of those like injector needles that straight up you just got like a little. You basically just melt butter and seasoning, and you just put it in there, and just like when the turkey's on the pan, you just go fucking like. Yeah, exactly, Kobe. How you doing? Usually, where I cheat on that is like. I have seen a lot of recipes like, all right, now you make the panko bread crust, like onions. I'm like, that's a bit too much. That's overdoing it, in my opinion. I will use off the shelf onions, but I will absolutely do those onion soup, the mushroom soup from scratch. I think that's fair. Like slightly thicker chunks isn't too bad. How you doing, Joker? How you doing? Yeah, exactly. It's like I understand. I bet that would taste better. Don't get me wrong, but in my experience, it's always like it's a lot. It's a lot to make that, and it doesn't feel like the effort is worth it, at the very least. But yeah, congratulations on the trench ghost. Hell yeah. I am current. Oh, actually, that's kind of. I'm just doing like a big old blop, and then use the other sponge to kind of feather. Oh. Maybe that's the play, actually. Maybe that's the play. Like, get a couple little bits. So let's just say as a test, I'm just gonna go here and just gonna go like... That big of a deal? Especially if I think this hitting this darker sponge towards the bottom, because the bottom's gonna be especially fucked up. I might go greedy. I'm gonna use a bigger one. Meta chasing. I don't. The thing is, I actually don't even know if they're meta. Like, I know that there's like an unofficial tier list kicking around, which I have not particularly noticed, but like, you know. But yeah, I don't know if they're still. There for a while they were really good. I don't know if that's still true or not. Actually, doing the dark rust on the bottom side. Okay. And maybe I'll come back with like an orange rust later on there too. The water I know water elf. I think it's an elf. Oh no. If it's hydrate, that is making me drink water, which I do like drinking. I do be consuming water. I think what's really going to sell the rust is once I start doing chips. I have not done any chipping on this bad boy yet. I think that is absolutely going to be the real make it or break it for all this. I also might do a little bit like I could also go back and like add like a scratch of like a lighter color, but every time I see a tank, it seems like when they tend to rust, they actually tend to rust more. Like they don't really get that kind of scratch. See, it's good. I will say though, because don't they have penalties for dashing? Board control is so important on so many scenarios that I feel like having the penalties to dashing would be really fucking brutal. Like there's so many like, so what was really it's also against ranged only, yeah. Which we know is a lot, to be fair. That's not like range only for that's still really solid. But something I've been thinking, it's like, so I got to try the Witchburner General. So like my Sniper Priest, Chef's Kiss A+, the Witchburner General. Oh my God, that guy sucks. I understand he's an elite, and in a campaign, I bet him being elite is really cool. Fear lowers melee accuracy, yes, but not damage reduction. And there's like an okay amount of things that are immune to fear. Fear is cool to have, but it is not a. I would never rely on fear as a defense. Like a lot of trench pilgrims will ignore it. A lot of demons will ignore it. Black Grill will ignore it. Anything with access to martyrdom pills will ignore it. The trench cleric gives out an aura of no fear for New Antioch, which, mind you, New Antioch is not going to get into melee anyway, so it's kind of a moot point. But some variants do. They're still cool. Don't get me wrong. They're a legit faction. I just don't think they're OP anymore. I don't know what is. Maybe they still are, but like they've definitely been toned down a lot compared to earlier incarnations, which I think is for the best. How you doing, Lunar? How you doing? I'd be sponging. Be sponging. I'm the sponging. Be doing good. Yeah, exactly. It's fun. It's fun when it works. Like a lot of my Grail guys have fear, but like I usually it's if it comes up, it's neat. But if not, it's kind of going thick on the. At least for the bottom bit. I'll have to go back and get these side bits. Oh yeah, get you some coffee. I'll get you some coffee. Though it's getting late. Coffee at this hour. There we go. Oh. Yeah, look at the lad. I could definitely like. This is another one of those that like he's not done. But I could probably get away with using him and on the table. I kind of wish I did have a. Well, you know, I wish I did as much for that. I think it's supposed to fit the idea that like they are the remnants of the battlefield, kind of like rejected by all sides. So them just kind of carrying around their leader in like a tank shell, like more or less, is kind of like a way to kind of play into that. But yeah, otherwise I agree with you. That's definitely me reaching. That's 100% a reach. That's the best I can come up with. So get real deep on them. And also they might just have got it arbitrarily because like people have been craving a mass battle Trench Crusade game, and I'm sure it will happen like one of these years. I don't know when though. Like, if that's a next year project, that would be cool, but I also think they got a lot of other things on their plate before they even bother with that. It's interesting. I feel like at one point the Rhino was going to be retired, but people like it too much. Because you could definitely tell that they really wanted all of, well, that they really wanted all of... That they wanted to use all the grav stuff. They're like, we got new tanks with hover, and people are like, we don't like that. Like, I think because like, oh yeah, if I mix a little bit of buff in this. Because like people are, I think overall, like lore aside, I think visually, like a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm okay with I'm okay with Primaris, but they're like the hovers tech is kind of weird. But when they make tanks for Trench, I do think it's only a matter of time. Like, layer of this, and then maybe get a little bit of buff. I don't have a brighter, like. I want it to be like yellowy flesh, but I don't want it to be like too... I don't want to be too, like, super bright. Oh yeah, no, we're back from ad break. Yippee. Yeah, they make core tanks, yeah. Like, I think Wargames Atlantic, if they wanted to make tanks, they can. And I think it will happen. I just think it's going to be a bit. The question is, do I want to dry brush this? Do I want to dry brush this? It's also kind of interesting because the Deimos tank basically was kind of like a perfect like. The Deimos tank is a really good example of just taking the tank and really a lot of Heresy vehicles are just like, yeah, we just made a newer version of like a classic 40k thing, but like to modern standards for like build and stuff like that, like the Lehman Russ and stuff. See, but yeah, also Joker, have yourself a good night and take it easy, yo. Let's see, take a wee bit flesh. Get little bits on there. I don't know how much I want to go between like stipple and dry brush. Brushing's actually kind of pretty legit. I definitely crutch on dry brushing a lot, but dry brushing is life. Dry brushing is love. I need to go back into the recesses a bit, but that's fine. Just give that a go. Stuff like that. That army was 4 days of work. Oh yeah, whole ass armies take so fucking long. Oh yeah, the Palanquin gives strong. Oh god, you know I didn't consider that actually. That like a machine guns with incendiary ammo are real fucking spicy. Source. I mean, I never use it with the machine gun, but for my trench pilgrims, incendiary ammo on an AR was already pretty good. I did really like that combo. Let's see. But yeah, I don't know. It's odd because like we've been getting a lot of like Space Marine upgrades as of late, but they're like apparently they Games Workshop is doing a bit where they're selling like we don't like Ultramarines like t-shirts and stuff, which is I appreciate them being in on the joke, but it also like I don't know if there's like a lesson being learned there. Like if they're just like we'll lean into the bit, like the Calf News Network was a fun little nod for that, but it's like they're just gonna keep doing it. They're like I don't know. That's fine. Hey, let's go. Oh, turnip stuff is life. Turnip stuff is love. I haven't played turnip in a hot minute. I think there's gonna be a big turnip meet near me midway through the month, so I need to do a little bit of prep work for that. But not like a huge amount. Ideally, I'd like my Gene Stealer turnip guys to be ready to go, which I think I can finish them off next week, and that should be pretty fine. Like, you figure out what to do for those a little bit, because I kind of want the it was already kind of like patchy and drippy. A lot of these I might actually just need to straight up do like another. Yeah, I think I just straight up need to do another layer on all these of the regular color before I do these highlight color. So can I get this out of the container? Yeah, maybe I just need to pick up some more like this prairie ochre. And what was the color? What was the color I told? Actually, please let me set that over there. I was just like, I don't need this color anymore. Blah, just threw it into the trash. I was like, oh wait a minute. I do need to pick up another copy of that. A little bit more. Give the debuff. Ooh. Yeah, I guess I also haven't looked at the Banshee 2 art. So yeah, maybe fuck. I guess I'm realizing I have not really looked at the. I think they're one of those factions that like somebody near me was like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna do the Trench Ghost. I was like, cool. I will no longer pay any attention to that whatsoever. I kind of do that like if there's a faction somebody else wants to play, I'm like, well, I will no longer have any eyes for this faction whatsoever. And that's fine. That's not a big deal. It's just the way my brain works. It's like one of those things that like sometimes if I'm at a restaurant, like a lot of people ordering the same thing, I'll be like, do I want to get? I know I really want to get thing A, but a lot of people already ordered thing A. Maybe I should get like a different thing. It's a very goofy form of brainworms for sure. Oh, there we go. That's exactly what I need to do. Luckily, this is just like a raw color, so I don't need to go out of my way to like super mix this. Also, eventually going to make all this flesh slimy. So like anywhere that definitely is not like the best covered, I could always goop it up a bit if I need to. But I think overall it's not too bad. There we go. Oh god, big fucking stretch. I got I'm thinking like one of the reasons, especially for like next week, I want to do another 3 painting stream. I got my Mordheim rats, I got my turnip guys, and I do kind of want to finish this Rhino. There's like sometimes for like a Sunday project, I'll be like, oh, I did like a little start on a thing, and I don't finish it. So like ideally, if I could get this bad boy done next week, that would also be cool. But like maybe later on the week. Maybe later on the week. I would like to at least have one Rhino that I could be like, okay. Because apparently the 40k 3rd edition scene near me is growing. Just like a friend of mine just ended up like just contacting like, oh yeah, I remember we were basically in the shop and we saw someone playing the old world and we're like, oh yeah, that's cool. We're just like chatting them up. We were, I think, between games or whatever. And we just got talking and I think that person's like, oh shit, I've been, I was not aware of how many people got in to 40k on 3rd edition in my local area. So whenever it gets brought up, people are like, oh shit, I remember that. Which is surprising because, you got the other bit, you kind of got the other side where it's like, oh yeah, my first was 10th, which is not like a bad thing or anything. I don't, like, I'm not going to shame anyone for starting on 10th edition, but like, it's neat. I do enjoy my 3rd. I do enjoy some 3rd. Yeah, 3rd edition's fun. I am biased because I do Chaos, and between the Lost and the Damned and the 3.5 Codex Chaos Space Marines, it's really like I like the design ideas. Like even like ignoring like War Gear or whatever, I like all of the Chaos armies being in one book. I like that you could have Plague Marines and like Noise Marines just hanging out, stuff like that. Oh god, I don't remember. Emperor's Text-to Speech has been one of those like forever backlog things for me, where it's like I think I've like started and stopped that series like 3 or 4 times over the course of my life. I don't know. I don't know when that's gonna be. Yeah, it's a 10th. Well, oh no, it was like even an 8th is when you start getting like the well, actually 7th edition had Codex. What's it called? Codex, oh fuck it, was it? It was the not Emperor's Children. It was fucking, oh yeah, Thousand Sons. Thousand Sons have their own codex there. So it's definitely been going. Like that spread, that separation has been going. But I do like the jumbo combined codex. I think that's just a neat idea. Because it's also interesting because that's also arguably kind of how Horus Heresy balances things, where it's like that game's a little different because everyone more or less has the same thing, but then you got like the Legion specific stuff. But it's like, yeah, everybody's got the same base troops, and then how you modify them depends on your sub-faction. I think that's a neat way to go. So like, basically gotta hit all these little areas. I can see like little bits of purple in the back. That's the big bit. All right, a little purple there, a little bit of purple, purple. Yeah, I mean, you still can. You can bring some Plague Marine, like you can bring Plague Marines, Noise Marines, Corn Berserkers, and whatever. But I just really like the mix, and I also just really like the idea of being like, all right, these are Havocs. If you give Havoc XYZ upgrade, it is functionally X model, which is really, really neat. Like I basically DIY'd my current Noise Marines out of just like a bunch of just like the heavy version of Noise Marines and not just like cult troop stuff. Yeah, it has been a while. Hell yeah, let's go. Thank you for the sub. Thank you. A little bit. I think I keep accidentally spreading more and more little bits. That's fine. That's not the biggest deal. Oh yeah, veteran skills are fun too. I do also really, really like veteran skills. I like them conceptually. I don't think I've ever ran them, funnily enough. When given access to the big list of things, I'm not like hyper efficient, but I'm always finding like, oh, I want like demonic gifts. I want like demonic gifts and shit. So by the time I get around to the veteran skills, I'm like, I mean, infiltrate's good. And they're never bad. Like they're all like really solid, like from gameplay perspectives, but I'm like, but I want the whimsy. I want the whimsy of just like all the demon stuff. That's with the Plague Howl anime art in the top left. Oh, that's not me. Sorry, that's from an artist called not him Daisy. Hushabye Valley. There we go. It was a art piece I gave to my art mama Nazuna as a reference for my. I'm getting in very slowly. I will be getting a new outfit. I believe the art will probably be ready. I would say like early next year, maybe, and then the journey for like getting that thing rigged. That is going to be the big. That's going to be the big expense. That's also going to be the big like time sink. Yeah, it's gonna be. It's very. I gave her a lot of. Once again, bless Nazuna Mama. I'm like, here's a bunch of like rusted armors and shit. And a lot of artists are like, please don't give me fucking armor. Don't give me armor. And I don't blame them. Armor is hard to do. Armor is hard to do, but Nazuna's like, I love this shit. Hell yeah. She's got very similar. She's like, she's legitimately like, how all these are to my taste. I'm very excited. Yippee! Let's go. Oh, what do be the curse thought? Be vegan? Well, if you eat them, yeah. People do eat orcs, like usually not willingly. It's like, you know, when all the meat gets ground up, orc will end up in there. So yeah, eating orc is surprisingly not uncommon in 40k. The lad. So, not done by any means, but looking pretty legit. Let's see how much. Got like very little. But I think I need to get those little nubbins on the back. Those little nubbins on the back. I did not paint them metal style. I think I'm gonna get that. Maybe if it's a freebooter, maybe a freebooter would sell Orc Burger. Or if you got enough teeth and they're like a bad moon. I think it's bad moons are the ones that like are really about like wealth and whatnot. I could be misremembering. I know Goths are like vanilla orcs. And I think it's Red Suns. There's this. I think it's Red Suns are the ones that like to go fast. I'm super bad at remembering orc clans. My bad. I am not an orc player, so I'm just doing by what I can remember. Bad moons grow teeth out. There we go. Okay. No shit. I'm thinking blood axes. Blood axes, I think, are the ones that are like really weird and tricksy about it. It's my orc knowledge. Like I like every now and then I'll read up on orcs. I'm like, oh, that's cool, and then it'll just slip out my brain. Totally evacuate my brain. Get all these motherfuckers. Yippee! Yeah, I do know that they're the unorkiest, which is why people or other orcs are like, oh, you're acting like a blood moon. Oh, you're acting like a blood moon. I don't know, but there was an attempt of an orc accent, and it was kind of getting there. I gotta take that back to the I gotta let that cook a bit more. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so we got the lad. Not done by any means. More done than when I started. Yippee! You tried out of 10. I'll take it. You know, I'll take that. Speaking about things I'm gonna take tonight off. So let's wrap up stream, everybody. Let's go to the schedule. Assuming that this does not fucking break. This is gonna be really interesting. Because OBS is screaming at me that it does not like this. Let's see. There we go. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. I had a lot of fun. This is last week's schedule. Next week's schedule is going to be Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday mini painting as usual. Wednesday, we're going to watch what looks to be a shitty movie called Immortal. I'm pretty excited about it. Saturday, no. Tuesday. Saturday. Okay, Saturday's gonna be a video game. We'll shoot for Saturday video game, and I don't no, like I said, I'm like still 50-50 on whether this is going to be, I'm still 50-50 on whether this is going to be a FMV game or if it's going to be something else. Yeah. Thanks for coming, everybody. YouTube people, I'm gonna let you loose if assuming Twitch lets me let you loose. So bye, YouTube people. Bye. Yeah, OBS is currently just